on. 1 second, bye. 1 second, guys. This is weird. Hello. What's going on? This is really weird, guys. I'll look at my settings a minute. Why is this? My camera showing is on my end. 1 second, guys. Let me get this sorted a minute. You know what? I think I know why. Hey, I was right. Hey guys, Speaker Water here. Welcome back to another live stream. Apologies for the false start, but yeah, we're here. Yeah, welcome to another live stream, guys. With a camera this time. But yeah, so in this week's stream, what we're going to look at. So, even though I did a video on a stream talking about the buffs to all these sort of bots that were doing, talked about obviously Leo Prime, talked about Beachcomber and what my opinions were. Still getting loads of questions, and maybe some people haven't got the information that I put across, maybe. So, what I'm going to be doing is today, I had a decent idea of someone that I'm going to go through my YouTube comments from them videos, literally go through them one by one and literally answer them as well, rather than just, I can answer obviously in that, but I think it's important to answer them live like this, in a video maybe, and then you guys can sort of, you know, get some explanations on things as well, because obviously the information's not getting across and what I sort of think. Sorry about the cough. As you can see, my chest has come back again. I'm going back to doctors again. Get it sorted again. We're also looking at Titan v Titan, how to sort of do well on Titan Assault. I've kind of found a new sort of groove in how to do Titan Assault, which is slightly different than what we did for the 4-star version. The 5-star version does change things slightly. So we're going to take a look at that as well. We're going to be taking a look at a new mechanism that's going in the game. It actually was in the game before, but didn't work. And Dale behind the scenes is actually, well, not improved it, but made it work, basically. I think, for me, it changes a lot. So we're talking about that and sort of talking about how it changes things in the game. For the good, for the better, for the not, what it might affect. So yeah, a few questions around that. Then we're going to take a look at some more buffs. Even more buffs have happened literally today in playtest. We were talking behind the scenes, and I sort of said, listen, there's a few bots here that are easy fixes if you want to have a go. And Dale's gone away, sort of done what he thinks of them, and then put it in the chat today. So we're going to take a look at them bots. I've not actually looked at them in test yet. It's literally just been posted not long ago. I had a bit of a chat with Dale beforehand, but the changes that I made live, I've not tested at all, not tried them. So we're going to be trying them literally live with you guys. So we'll see what we all think really together. Yeah, I mean, I can cover the new bot. It's kind of not changed from my last video. The only thing that is there is obviously the visuals are in stream now, so I can take a look at him. But nothing much has changed. We can sort of briefly go over him again. Not go into too much detail, like I said, because we did cover it last week and nothing much has changed. And that is everything in today's stream, guys. So yeah, so let's see who we've got in the chat first. So we've got Ricky Lauer, who was first. Sorry, I'm see, my chest is still bad. This is what I mean, like, it's never like really bad, but it's always bad. Ricky Lauer, we've got Jason Rowley, we've got Blade 19, one of my members. Thanks for being a member, buddy. We've also got Grind Time as well, long serving obviously supporter. We've got Andrew Stevenson, we've got Giga, we've got my boy Soul. Good to see you, buddy. Go and check out his channel. We've got Stephen Gomez as well. Thanks for being a member as well. We've got Chris Harmon. We've got Carnage Mac8. We've got The Last Sign. Good to see you, buddy. We've got Spark Slash. We've got Matt Poley. We've got The Wrecker. We've got London's Calling as well. We've got Matt Poley. We've got, who else? We've got Cuddy Fox, Ethan Thomas, Spend1403, and my good buddy Cheeto as well. Good to see you as well, brother. So, yeah. Cool. What's been going on in the chat? I mean, I think everyone wants to see the buffs, don't they? I think everyone's that's buff, 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 because we've seen the nerfs now. We know what's going on. So we want to see some really good buffs now, don't we? So we'll be going through some buffs in the stream today, and hoping that can raise everyone's spirits a bit when we can see some of the bots that are getting some work done to them. So we'll look at that shortly, guys. Let's see some talk about Huffer. Hufferus Prime. The dev said that what's coming? A Huffer buff. You may see that today, maybe. Buff the Huff. Oh, yeah, buff the Huff, of course, yeah. Cuddy Fox, but they never said what the new combats will be. Yeah, but the new combat's like 5 weeks away, so it's a bit earlier. We'll obviously cover it though in a few weeks. But don't fear, guys. We'll talk to Dale, and obviously they announced today in the stream they're not going to be streaming anymore, or for the time being, not only like some big releases, something. But I did talk to Dale and we said maybe we can hopefully try and get the content creators' videos in the game when completed. That'd be pretty cool, hopefully. So you know, people aren't missing out still, and it makes sense. A lot more sense than them streaming it and me streaming it, and it makes sense to put it in the game. But I did say to Dale that the problem is that we need the content out soon so we can get it in the game quicker. So content needs to be needs to be made like 2 or 3 weeks finished before it's even due in the game, so we can get that video out there and everyone can go and watch it before it's even in the game, and then we can post all the content creators videos for it, and then have a sort of release date. It'd be pretty cool every month, so that'd be pretty cool if that happens. Some good exposure, because my criticism always been that we don't have exposure in the game. So I just realised that I've not posted my it in my own server. So let's put it in there so everyone can see it. There we go. Cool. Everyone can get a notification now. I'm sure we'll get some people in from my server watching the stream as well. Cool. Yeah, Grand Times, but they should have put the content creators in the game a long time ago. I agree. I literally said this about 4 or 5 years ago. So hopefully, yeah. But they are making strides now, I'll give them that much. Okay, cool. Let's go into newsletter. Let's have a look at this week's event. So Barwick Grana Week Ninny Bong. This weekend's event is called Smart Tech. Don't know why. It's got nothing real to do with the event. So I don't know. But it's Lions totalizer for 500,000 points, 20 prestiges. Mostly a Prime Core Shard event, pretty much. Wasn't it a bot event before, or now they've changed it? I don't know. I've always said I'm not too keen on these Prime Core Shard events. I'm not the biggest fan. I feel like they should put Prime Core Shards in events now. I feel lower down for lower players, because everyone's pretty much got an abundance of them now at higher levels. So it's only lower level players that need them, and they do need them. Let's be honest. So I will put them in events now. I will put a small event on, a small amount on every single event, and I've done with it. I think we need to get rid of the Prime Core events now. We don't need them. Usual battle zones apply as always, and game updates and information. There was a bit of a bug with the anniversary event. No surprise, it was a new event. It is what it is. As long as they fix it, I'm fine with that. And they've said that they're going to resolve it by Monday. So hopefully they do. I mean, the main thing was everyone got the 5-star bot prize. That was the main thing. I think we'd be up in ours, but we didn't. But some of the prizes people didn't get. So as long as they fix it, it's fine. Then we've got the new bots. Obviously, we've got Overlord and we've got Demolisher as well, which are coming to the game next week as part of the endurance event. Bit to be seen yet. I don't know if they've announced yet whether it's 75k for the bot and 100k for the BBE, or vice versa. But I think there's rumours it might be an alliance event. I'm not too sure yet. I've not seen everything about it. But I'm just going for the bot. I quite like it. I think it's all right. Then I started thinking a bit of thinking like, you know, or do I just want to wait for 5-star tracks? Would tracks it better? Maybe. Don't know. I think that hack immunity though is good. I do. I think that's a selling point. I think that's the one that that really got me, that was sold it for me. So could be interesting. And then Saga schedule, as you see here, it's week 7 out of the Saga. So yes, this week Prime Crush event. Next weekend is the new box. Then go and check out your content creators, guys. Obviously myself, Prince Max Soldier, and CF. Go and check out their channels. And then we've got a toy showcase. So yeah, pretty cool collection. I think, do I see some Bayfarmers in there? Maybe. Yes, I do. Yes. Such a shame. But yeah, cool Trypticon there as well. I would love that Trypticon, full size. That would be pretty cool, wouldn't it? Yeah. He can fight with Fort Max then and lose. Yep, with a little bit of a collection there. Is that, what's that Venusaur? Is that it's not Combiner Wild Venusaur, is it? So, or is it? No, I don't think it is. So let me know in the comments what Venusaur is that? That third party or something? I don't know. Weird. Got a collection there as well. That's not similar to my collection, really. None of mine are really in the boxes, really, apart from newer ones. Mine's a bit bigger than that, I think, but yeah, cool collection. Anyway, yeah. And yeah, that's it for the news. Not much in the news. Really, everything waiting on next week for the Endurance, really. Few questions in the chat. Let's get to them. Tracks in the chat as well. Good to see you. We have some good news for you, I think. Unless you've already seen it, of course. Cuddy Fox's pot. They also did not answer my question of if we have to keep our Prime Shards after the last Prime Core comes out. Damn. The big question is when the last Prime Core comes out, does it work as it should? I don't think it will. I'm pretty sure I'm going to be disappointed. Last Science put, I much prefer to content creators anyway because they're more likely to get our questions answered. And a lot of the content creators aren't going to try to BS us. That's the big one for me. I mean, I won't call someone out and say who, but someone recently said to me that I should be less negative in my streams, and I was like, no. I was less negative when there's reasons to be less negative. And that's why when they brought these buffs and nerfs, I was quite positive about it. I agree with them. I know some people don't, but I do agree with them. It does balance the game. The aim is not to make any bot irrelevant, but to make it more relevant, and I'm really for that. Me personally, I want a war team of like 40 bots. I want to be able to pick and choose and go, that will work for this base and that one won't, and he'll do well, and that's the idea for me. And that's the sort of plan. Cuddy Fox Spot, you are never negative in the streams. I think I am. And listen, I'm fine with that. I admit I am, because I'm negative about content that I feel negative about. You know, if content's not good enough, I'm going to say it's not good enough. And this sort of person was like, yeah, but you can sort of say, like, rather than saying, like, this is rubbish, you can say, oh, this needs an improvement. And I'm like, well, I'm not going to say that when it's a week before it's out and I know it's not going to get that improvement. You know, call a spade a spade. That's what I say. Candyman's put, have they worked out what they're doing with the Defense Alphatran core? No, I think, well, when it was in test originally, they wanted to give it a range increase to 1 defense or in an area, which was alright. But I just said, it doesn't suit it. If you want to bring out something else that does that, I'm all for it. But Alphatran needs to do something around points. And they were like, yeah, we can't do that. I was like, don't release it then. And that's the last time I got kicked out of playtest for that reason. Because I literally said, like, you can't release that. You can't release Alpha Trial without doing something around points. You have to just wait for it. Kicked me out of playtest and then did what I said to do, which is really bizarre. After the previous time before that, where I said, give Beach his Golden Lagoon, and they kicked me out and then gave him his Golden Lagoon. But hey, it's what it is. Vixen, how's it going? Good to see you too. What's new, Pussycat? Is it a pussycat or a dog? I think it's Pussycat. Looks like a cat. Anyway, sorry for saying Vixen. Cuddy Fox, there's 2 bots left I want to see. 5-star tracks and 5-star cup. Yeah, but there's some new bots in there. I want to see a 5-star Beast Wars Silbolt. I want to see what it's going to be like at the top levels. I really do. Be interesting. Yeah, Jed House Gazers, I've always noticed, but Transformers Earth Wars isn't under Space Safe development anymore. Now it's owned by Yoda One Games. Yeah, it's been in the works since January, but I don't know if they're actually done it yet. If it's actually finalized, we're under an NDA and couldn't talk about everything. It's mad. But yeah. Grand Transport. I don't think it's about being positive or negative, but being honest. Yeah, I would. Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, I wouldn't say I'm negative. I would say I'm definitely honest. Sharks, but I feel you are more positive and supportive of the age than you are negative. Nah, definitely not. Definitely not. Definitely not. Dale, yeah, very supportive of Dale. The rest, ooh, don't know about that. Tread 80 was put not negative enough, really. Brutal honesty. Yeah, I think it needs to be. And he's put, well, and Sharks has put, I mean, you can get negative though. Yeah, yeah. I can. I get negative about negative. I would say this. My boss said this one. Said you're so negative. I went, no. I'm negative about negative things. I'm positive about positive things. Best way to be. Matt Paul has put, was has an opinion. Happy to share it. Some aren't happy to hear it. It's the case in real life, mate. Honestly, definitely. What else? Just jump, so I'm trying to go back again. Sorry. Tracks. Are we still salty about getting kicked out of PT? Got kicked out of PT? Really? Where's that? I'm not seeing that. Did some people get kicked out? Did you get kicked out? I don't know. First I've heard. Sharks 5-star Trailbreaker. Well, is the new bot a bit like that? Don't know. Yeah, but yeah. Cheetos put would be nice. What would be nice? Oh, 5-star Trailbreaker. Yeah, I agree. Decent. Constance put wow. Vixen has a pet name for Suntrigger was a kitten. Yeah, it's better than some of the names Vixen's called some people I'm sure in life. What else? Cuddy Fox but I wish Social Point had a chance to get the game. If they had airport, there would be events just about every day. Is that a good thing? I don't know. Ask about your my situation. When BC got you kicked out. I was salty in a way. I was more salty because it's the way it happened. Because they weren't happy with my comments, and then Dale had to do the dirty work, and I wasn't happy with that. I was like, listen, if you want to get me out of playtest, then fine. But I still stand by my comment. People will say it's not the case, but I would stand by my comment that I probably did more in playtest than any other player. And yeah, that doesn't mean I do talk a lot in playtest, I do put opinions forward, but I was literally every day in playtest, spending hours in there, trying to improve things, trying to push things for better, and yeah, is what it is. It's just frustrating, isn't it? When you're trying your best to do something and trying to influence something for the better and helping people, and they go, no thanks. So yeah. But anyway, that was a while ago, a long while ago. Yeah, Blade 19's put there was a few removed from playtest for leaking information. I know it was poor, really. It's really poor. I mean, if playtest you can't keep things quiet, then it's worrying. The problem is that when we do our videos and we talk on a video and we say, listen, this is under development, this is not finished yet, this might change. And we sort of do that on our videos so people know it's not a finalized product. But when you take a screenshot, people take that as gospel, and then all of a sudden then things change. So you gotta be careful with screenshots. Never believe the screenshots. Okay, cool. Okay, so yeah, I wanted to answer some questions on my YouTube channel. So we're gonna go through them. Yeah. So this is my video balance updates. It's Transformers Earthworld, where we talked about the buffs and the nerfs. And like I said, a lot of comments around sort of the nerfs, obviously. Some positive about the changes, some negative. But we're going to go through the comments, try and clear some things up if we can. So, I apologies if you don't like being on the stream, but I'm going to try to do this more often. So I like this sort of answering questions and sort of clearing some things up. So, Edith Mantel 9758 has put there are solid arguments for balancing bots out. Agreed. But there's one massive thing the devs should keep in mind, and players as well. These bots were launched and tested out. It was known how strong they are, yet they got released, and nobody at the dev office was complaining about people putting a lot of resources in maxing them out. So first off, Leo Prime when he came out wasn't that powerful. He was quite awful, but he was quite underpowered. And they realised that and looked at his tooltip and said, oh, he's doing a lot less than what he should, and then buffed him without the play testers or anything. So that's why it wasn't tested. They just buffed him behind the scenes, which was a bit silly, really. So it didn't come out that way. Same for, I think Ability 11 for Optimus was a very short testing, if I remember correctly. And Beachcomber came out with his G1 at the very last minute, so it wasn't really balanced in playtest. And then Jazzy came out later, which made him really overpowered. So with Beachcomber, it wasn't the fact that it came out overpowered, it was things that came afterwards that stacked on top of each other. Because Beachcomber without Jazzy is not that bad, without his G1 is not that bad, without Build 11, not too bad. But when you combine them all together, that's what made him powerful. So it's not like they brought it out, but and they realised it's powerful, they brought it out and things changing. But I do agree, it's took too long. I've said that to Dale quite a few times. That my big problem is not that they're changing these things. I agree they should. My problem is that it's took a year and people spent, like you said in the comment, real good money to level these things, make them high ranks, chase the G1 core, and now this is getting balanced. This should be balanced a lot sooner. And now they get nerfed just like that. No compensation, nothing. The problem with compensating though, if they compensate for everything, they'll be compensating so much, and I kind of get that, but the idea is that they won't need to compensate because they're still useful. That's the idea. At this point, and I hope this means other bots will get buffs to make these more relevant. If not, oh, this is just nonsense. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, there's no point in just doing nerfs. I said to Dale today, I was like, listen, the idea is by balancing, you're bringing the overpowered bots in the game to being useful, and non-useful bots to being useful as well. So all bots should be sort of useful. It's never going to be perfect. It's never going to be equal. Some bots will be more useful than others, but we're trying to get it there. Like when I did my tier list, we don't want any S tier. I know it sounds bad, but we don't want any S tier. But we don't want any like D and E tier. In an ideal world, you have everything is B and C. You're always going to have some that are better than others, but ideally want a B and a C. So there's somewhere you go, these are B, these are really good in walls and all this. These ones are alright, but maybe not for walls, maybe not in this situation, but they're still good. He's also put, Blue Streak is painful. I do agree. Blue Streak's my biggest worry out of everyone, because I feel like Leo Prime, Ultimate Optimus, Beachcomber, I feel like they've evolved a bit, but they're still relevant, still decent, where I feel the way I use Blue Streak especially is really quite awful. So I'm a bit worried about that. He's put, you say they made the ability a bit cheap, but that's not the case. 5+2 versus 3+4 is more expensive for repeat uses. I do agree with that. You're not wrong. So yes, the first use is cheap, but from the third use on, he becomes very expensive. Yeah, but again, that's the idea that you're not using it maybe more than 3 times. Ideally, you should use it 3 times in the battle and then not use it, I think. So, yeah. Then Kez put, just wow. Leon can take out turrets, Spider-Mines. Don't sugarcoat it, please. We just spoke about it earlier. I don't sugarcoat it. I say it is. Devil introduced, cost increase, what a waste of resources. I don't agree personally. I understand people get frustrated by it, but I mean, it was all getting reduced. If you didn't realise that 20k was too much, then I don't know what to say. It really was. But yeah, it can still take out a decent amount of the base, and you got to think you got to combo it, which is fair enough. Is 7 too expensive? Maybe. That might be a talking point on the next balance change, but for now, I think we're in a place where he's not too overpowered, not too useless, and we'll just see how it goes, basically. And then Periphery has put, we're going to say we are not going to destroy or completely make bots unusable. Remember Half Shell and Roadbuster? I mean, honestly, when was the last time you've seen that bot on a Prime War team? Yeah, I feel like Half Shell and Roadbuster are decent, at a decent level. But the problem was that Blue Streak, Optimus, and Leo Prime made him irrelevant by taking out the shield gen a lot easier. So I don't think it's the fact that Half Shell and Robuster are bad. I think it's a lot of other bots are a lot better. He's put, I spent 5-star shards on Lord knows how much more money leveling him, taking 70 captain. He collects dust now, runs dispatch missions, and I can almost promise T2 Double and Leo and Pred will disappear as well. Beachcomber needs nerfed. I plead the fifth in that one. I agree. Tyron J 2004. That's about where the bots for the old bots are. Let's talk a bit about that today, and we'll start going through them. And then DJ DC 747 has put, I mean, technically instead of nerfing bots with the mindset of if you have this bot or have this combiner, you don't need anything else. The apes could innovate and think up new bots, new abilities that are desirable. 100% agree with that. 100%. We need some more innovation. Innovation? Is that a word? Innovative. Needs to be more innovative. God Nature and Ruination came from somewhere. Predacon, Inferno, Leo Prime came from somewhere. Yeah, but they're all they're bad examples, I think. But there are some innovative bots out there. I think Chromia was a good example. Chromia, we got her in test. We said to the apes, listen, we don't like this, we don't like that. Let's give it this and this and this. And he went, right, okay. And went and did it. And I think she was really good at the time. She was perfect. So, you know, there was a lot to be said about let's play test and get it balanced. Perhaps the answer isn't punishing players for using the tools they provided. Perhaps the devs and design team should actually put thought into bots and abilities instead of just churning out bots for bots' sake. 100%. Maybe it takes a little longer. Maybe have a team for just that. They already do. I don't know. I'm not a dev or designer. I am, however, a paying customer for this game, and I dislike being punished for employing the tools they provided. You don't show up a job site and say, well, using this tool really well, other workers are doing so well, so now instead use this similar tool, so that's good. It's a different analogy, let's be honest. It's a very different analogy. Barry let's put Nose Cone, the 5-star I am terrified to get. It's actually pretty good. And it's got a bit of a buff, I think. It sounds like it's a nerf because reflection wasn't working right. So the reflection has been reduced on the tooltip, but it's actually been increased a bit, if that makes sense, because it wasn't working right. So, yeah, good bot. Really good bot. Crevice K2 Seals bot. I believe that most people hate or dislike the nerfs to these OP bots because of the time and money they wasted. Yeah, I think that's the valid point. That's the problem, is it took too long, I think. But honestly, it's the fact that most people previously want to use the heavy meta. They should have expected these nerfs, and now they complain, which can be justified based on the circumstances. Yeah, I kind of get people annoyed. I get that, but I think they also need to understand it has to happen. We can't keep going like that because we can't create any new content at all that's going to match up to that, and people just will be bored. I feel that 65% reflection every 10 seconds is a little too frequent. Yeah, but don't forget you can remove it. So it's not like it's every 10 seconds it reflects like a certain amount back. The shield's always there, but you can remove that shield for up to 10 seconds. That's the point. The problem with we didn't want someone just getting Jazzy, going on attack, hitting Beachcomber, and then the shield's gone for that's it, kill him. And so it just makes you sort of everyone gotta run Jazzy to get rid of it. Whereas this way it replenishes after 10 seconds, so Jazzy will hit it, replenish, and then we can rinse and repeat. 58k HP will be slightly reduced as well due to high reflection. Leo's change is fair. Optimal's ability doesn't seem too bad. Blue Streak could use more area damage. Well, it does a lot of damage actually in its third use, Blue Streak. So I don't think that's the answer, more damage, but it needs some more utility. The range increase is pretty rubbish, personally. I don't know. But I agree with that actually. Yeah, Leo's change is fair. Otto's ability doesn't seem too bad. Blue Streak needs something else, I would say, yeah. Ninja Squirrels, but I needed a reason to really quit the game, and here it is. No resource shards or coins given back. Yeah, like I said, it was too much, really. Characters launch profit gain from them, then nerfed hard. What a joke. See this in other games too often. Yeah, it happens in all games, sadly. Balance changes, it does. Brady and Melton's part. I understand Beachcomber, Leo Prime, and Blue Strip, but I don't understand Optimus. Why nerfing that much? It wasn't just the damage, it was the area. The area was huge. It was. Even I was surprised where the area went to. Ethan Thomas has put, so essentially Beachcomber has a better version of Blade Safe Zone. Kind of, in a way. Why does Inferno get DPS drop and cost increase? That's just rubbing it in. Maybe. Maybe. MIA, fairly long standing watcher, comments quite a bit on my videos. I support ruined all the bots I spent time, money, shards, and resources on for both the 4 and 5-star versions of the bots. What a huge disappointment. It's different when they are still good. Leo seems okay, still put layers, put them. But the other bots are horrible. SA11 on OO was to increase the range of the burn, and SA11 is a huge investment. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie there, true. As well as supposed to be good, but we can balance that out in the next balance thing, really. I think Leo Prime, Ultimate Optimus, Peach Column, Blue Streak, they're all kind of done-ish now, I think. We'll see how they go. But no, it's not over. Yeah, Steve Pierce, I said the same. Like, you know, they've ruined Ultimate Optimus as a SA11. So, yeah, maybe we may look at that. Xavier's put, I would like Optimus Prime to have an improvement. He's not on the list right now, but I think he had a small buff. But he definitely needs a bigger buff. Yeah. In terms of alternate modes, it's really difficult because you need the R and you change the way bot works. They can't do that. It's a lot bigger job. Don't think they're really going to do anything like that. But yeah. Hugh Guesto has put, can you explain the video how works the ranks of the troops? I did do a video quite a while back about ranks. I'm sure it covers it. If not, I'll have a look at it. If not, I don't know. Mood Boys put Leo will be garbage. Base resource at the bottom will now throw armor on some auto cannons. I don't think they will. You lose a lot when you put armor on. You get HP, but you lose a lot more. Benjamin Livingstone's put I'm less still about the range and spread buff to Ultimate Optimus. I like that he does more Predacon Inferno, but the Mass Mayhem effect is lost. Yeah, fair point. Yeah, Mario Zambiano, who's obviously a regular in my streams, but reassuring that the nerfs aren't that bad. I will still use Ruin, Leo, Beachcomber. Yeah, me too. I really do. I think the one bot that might drop his beach is Blue Streak. That's it. Soccer Dog has put when the update does come out, will there be a list of patch notes to read everything that has changed? Yes, they're going to post them obviously in Discord, but I'll get hold of I'll try and get hold of a complete document for everything. Smiler 6326, but Defo did a batch rating list too early, maybe. But everyone was asking for it, so like I don't want to wait because it could be 6 months. I don't know, and then literally like yeah. Windy 216 support Leo Prime honestly isn't a bad nerf. It's still really good. I agree. Ultimate Optimus, I expected a major nerf, but seems he's only got a tiny nerf on damage and a nerf in range. Makes him decent. I agree. Blue Streak, honestly should have seen this coming. I'm not impressed at the effect from his ability only lasts a few seconds, and not the rest of the battle. I know. I agree, but I understand because the reason for it, again, I've gone through this a couple of times with people, but the reason was that in lower leagues, when he hit a defense, the defense was going in negative HP, and so the problem there is that the game was crashing for lower level players, so they needed to change it. In the Smiles spot, I wish this came out before I used all my stuff on Blue Streak from the weekend event. It's still pretty good, I think, but maybe not. I don't know. Who knows? Arthurius Sumpai. Apologies, we got that wrong. I have all of them. Honestly, I don't mind the nerf on the other 3. They were quite OP, but why they gotta do my man Blue Streak like that? They literally made the ability unusable. They should have kept his HP reduction for at least 30 seconds. We can't have it, sadly. He's not unique and not worth using anymore if they finalise this nerf. Yeah. Venue Eddie has put, okay, we'll take the change, it's fine, but now then, Beach isn't as tankish and a special, then why not allow us to equip it with Soulless Hammer? That's maybe a fair point. Don't know, is it? I don't know. I have to try it out. Lucy and England has put, love Leo, but it was OP, but it will stay same my war team, same as me. Up for me was on defense, so range decrease makes no odds in my game. Yep. Beachcomber, though honestly I don't want to change. Hack is so easy to counter if he's on defense. If you're playing smart, popping outposts first or watching teammates playing wars. Yeah, nice to see some thought into offensive game. Yeah. Yeah, just sort of talk about whether we need anti-hack and anti-hack BBs in the game. Maybe, who knows? Let's tell them it's changed, doesn't it? Delusion Beachcomber is just allow cars accomplished on 2.0 to a degree. Blue Streak still needs work. Limburger's put, in my opinion, his ability needs more appropriate adjustments that suit his range. Otherwise, the nerfs look acceptable to me. Yeah, I agree. Gmax, but I'm not familiar with how the balance process works. Will there be a way to recoup rank up resources or a way to reverse bot if we ranked up one of these 4-star and 5-star? I very much doubt it, but don't hold my breath. And then Niha Singh has put, I leave the game. It's beyond stupidity. Let me know what you guys think. Do you agree with these comments? What do you think of the balance update? Is it looking good? Are the nerfs just enough? Is it right? Let me know in the comments, guys. See what a few guys are putting. Play 19, but you leave a public comment, you have every right to show it. Whether people like it or not. Well, true. Cody Fox, but right now we have Taz Kid that needs a little boost before a new member of the pack comes out. He doesn't need a boost at all. He's amazing. The pack is a Leo Prime command unit that was set in the game when Taz was. Wow, I don't know. First I've heard of it. I don't know. Trax has put, I showed the cost of Blue Streak and it's 78 points for 6 shots. You should never use a bot for 6 times. Versus 60 now. We are being penalised for getting his shots up the full potential of 3 shots. So what's the point of doing 4 now? Then don't. Vixen's put, I just want Volcanic to stop getting nerfed and actually be good for once. It wasn't nerfed. I still feel like he was better as the 5-star version came out than it was the old version, but it wasn't good enough. I agree. Chris Hammond put, no way, I want at least a refund on 5-star shards. I wouldn't have taken Predacon Infernos general if I knew it was getting nerfed. I disagree on that. It's not a matter of disagreeing or agreeing. It's not happening. Sadly, I very much doubt it's going to happen. Now they need to buff bots. Looking at you, Sludge, Dust Up, Snarl, and Off Bravo. Well, a couple of them, at least one of them, might be in today's video. So we'll see. I reckon Grantan's commented after that.
You could be owed up to £5,000.
Let's have a look at the comment. Let's see what Grantan's put. Let's have a look. No comments. Wrong video, Grantan. Candyman's put all the talk about nerfing. Let's both kick back. We'll talk about this briefly with Dale today. It's so hard to balance a bot just because glass gas. It really is. What cost do you think it should be? And if you put 1+0, leave the chat. Dread81 has put, I'm not a big fan of 3 bots controlling the game, so balance nerf is okay. We're very much against combine nerfing. They've been nerfed enough over the years. I don't know. Sort comments by the newest verse. You're very pushy, Grantan. I just wanted to be on stream. Wasn't my favourite tier for a streamer. Be sure to like and subscribe. You on stream every week, Grantan. What are you on about? Vixen's put, he got killed in zone 15 on your stream. His jumping leap definitely was nerfed. I don't know. His 4-star is a bit too situational now. 5-star is definitely a bit lame. Playing forward did get buffed nicely. So, I thought it was alright. Alright, not amazing, alright. Tracks put, we knew nerf were coming. Everyone was warned to wait on doing general ranks to see how things snaked out. But yeah, but not everyone gets that information. Not everyone sees it. Not everyone's in Discord. Not everyone watches me. So to get that information out there, isn't it? But I think they don't want to go out and go, we're nerfing this in the game, because it's not good, is it? And Dread 81 reckons 2 plus 2 for kickback. It's expensive, isn't it? It is. I don't know. It sounds expensive. I mean, cheap. It sounds really cheap. That 2 plus 2. But I don't know. Maybe 2 plus 2. I don't know. Actually, 2, 4, 6, 8 for class gas. Interesting. Interesting. Cool. All right. Let's do something. So what I want to do is, I've been doing a, hang on. So I've been doing a new method to beat Titan Assault a bit easier. So granted, I do have a level 23 5-star Metroplex against a level 24 Trypticon, but I think the setup's important, and I think the way that you use the ability is a bit different than previously, so I thought I'd do a video on it. Looking at my Metroplex, so Tech Lab is fully maxed out, and looking at my Metroplex, so we've got attack ability, fire a ball that does 1305 damage on impact and 2349 fire damage over 6 seconds. Then we've got photon beam. Every 2 seconds you fire a photon beam for 3950 damage. Then we've got fire technician. Fire technician. Passive ability 10% ability increase damage. Nothing that's relevant, but it is for when you're attacking. 20% damage reduction from ranged attacks from your enemy's Titan. Very, very important. Probably the most essential perk on this. Then we've got inspirability. Defeating you give 40% attack speed. It's not relevant. Titan Assault, and then obviously beam laser guns, point defense, beam deal more damage. Oh, blah, 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 blah. Yeah. So that being said, what we're gonna try and do is we can do we're gonna do Titan Assault. But if you look on the previous video that I did, it was all about getting those abilities fast off. Spam. Where now, with the extra ability, it just changed things a slight bit. So, we're going to put Metroplex at the back here. So now, we're going to use his 5-star ability. Then we're going to let him fire his beam laser. And then, we're going to use the next ability. So, what I'm trying to do every time is, I'm going to keep him recycling that gun. And what it does is it keeps him further back so it doesn't go forwards. Because as we know, he's got about 3 or 4 passes or 3 or 4 abilities to use. And once he uses them, then he starts to walk forward. So what we're going to try and do is keep him at range. And you can see we've used all the abilities, but now his 5-star is starting to speed up a bit and catch up. And you can see now he's used his last passive there now. What we're going to do is we're going to keep him at range because we've got a range reduction. We're going to use him again. Let him use his gun. Then use the next ability. And it's literally just rinse and repeat that. As soon as he uses that gun, we're going to send him again. And let me use his pass, his abilities, passes, when I'm going to use it. And again. Laser and beam. Then use his gun. Then use ability. Use his gun. Use last ability. As you can see with the HP there, it should be finished off. Simple as that. So as you can see, it's slightly different. Before you would attack and spam. You do a bit of close quarters combat, but like I said, with that ability of damage reduction from range from the Titan, keep hitting those abilities after that. Every gunshot just keeps him right back and on that launch pad and not getting into that tussle. So it's really helped me get through all the nodes most times. Give it a try with level 22 Titan and let me know if it works at level 22. I think it'll be a lot tighter, but I think it might just be possible. My level 22, I was very close, but struggled a bit. But then actually I passed it last week and completed it, and so obviously couldn't show it on the stream. But show you level 23 this week. But give it a go level 22, let me know. Level 23, easy enough. Go and get your Titan Spark and get your Titan up a few levels and enjoy the easiness of wars, hopefully. Let's see the comments, what everyone's been saying. Squiddy Fox going back to Trailbreaker and Mirage, just put them in the same 5-star batch. Why? Why Trailbreaker and Mirage? You mean for both bots, I mean? So. Mikola Garwell, hope got that right. Says, I'm mad at Optimus Prime skin to Transformers Earth Wars info. Don't you mean, mate? Berserk, welcome to the stream, and then Last Cyan, they confirm that it'll be 25k shards or not. If so, that's a bit much since we can't use in 3/5 of the game and gets hit by one of the other Titans. I think it will be 25k shards. Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Supreme Wheels put level 22 works fine. Cool, good. And Grind Times put the yeah, that's how we did it as well. That's how we did his Titan Assault. Yeah, cool. Right, let's load our test server up. Show some bits we've been working on behind the scenes. Play 19 spot. I hate Titan Assault. I know it's not the best. Nothing to see here. Nothing to see here. Oh God. Vixen, can you show Computron again? Yeah, I can briefly have a look. Yeah, don't see why not. We'll do it now, actually. In fact, we'll do it first. Hopefully, it won't. Well, of course you screenshotted it, Sharksy. Of course you have. Hey, it's not my fault. I just logged into the thing. Just saying. Just saying. Don't shoot a messenger. Oh, yeah. Damn it, Dale. Play 19, but they took Dino King out of the store. Yeah, I think it was for a limited amount of time, wasn't it? No, that's a question. Ask Dale. Honestly, he'll be able to say better, I think. Let's high what we can, but yeah. Try to put Warzone, you should show Volcanicus. Yeah, I think he's got tweets any bit since. I don't know. I want to make sure it's a finished article. I've got hiccups now. Great. Cuddy Fox, I want to see Raiden 5-star. I seen it last stream, but his details never showed up. I don't think I've got Raiden 5-star. I mean, he's not even in testing yet. So I don't think you did see Raiden 5-star. If you did, then oh yeah, you did, yeah. But he's not. But I can't. He's a 5-star, but no 5-star ability. So yeah, I think he is, but he's not. I think that's a bug. I think, innit? Yeah, I think that's a bug. Yeah. It's not real. It's not real. I tell you what, do this favor, Vixen. Remind me later on in the stream because I don't want to try Computron in case it breaks something. Because of the problem with combines like on the last stream. I don't want to ruin the stream maybe. But I tell you what we'll do after the looking at this new thing, after the buffs, we'll take a look at Computron again and maybe Dino King as well. Just remind me later on when I start talking about the buffs that we're doing or that are coming. Remind me then if you can. Thanks. Cool. Right. Okay. So, if you remember a while back, I was doing some videos about different aspects of the game, what was working, what wasn't, and how it wasn't working. So I spoke to Dale about this, and I said, listen, this mechanism, I'll see what it is yet, doesn't work. I was like, it's impossible to work. So I'll let you guys. I'll tell you what. I'll tell you a description why it doesn't work, unless you can guess it right. So I said that it doesn't work because bots target the closest bot, regardless, and that bot can go out of range, doesn't target it, and it targets your bots anyway. So it just doesn't work. It doesn't suit the game. Don't get it. So I've always sort of presumed that it's kind of worked in a way, and so Dale had a look at it and went, it's not actually been working. And then Dale said, he rang me the other day and we had a bit of a chat about other things and whatever, and a bit of RL and whatever. I was like, I'm dedicated to sort of fixing this. It's just annoying a bit because it's a mechanism in all the games and it works. So let's try and give it a go. And so he would do something and I would go, nope, not working. And he tried again. He goes, right, it's working now. I was like, nope, it's not working. He was like, are you sure? I was like, yeah. So I started sending some videos and stuff. I was like, look, this is why it's not working. He's like, oh, that's interesting. It went away. And then literally messaged me today and went, I fixed it. Go and give it a go. Give it a try. Let me know what you think. And so, yeah, I did. And at first, I was like, right, that's pretty cool. It finally worked in the game. It's been in the game for a long, long time. Brilliant. Fine. Then I started to use it and I was like, is this a good thing or not? Or is it a bad thing? Don't know. And I want you guys to give me some help on letting me know what you guys think it'd be overpowered or not. Now, I don't want everyone sat there going, oh yeah, it's fine. Because I think, oh, let's keep it as it is and let's make the game a lot easier like when we had Leo Prime. Because we know what's going to happen there. All that's going to happen eventually is it's going to get nerfed to hell. So we've got to be realistic with it. And we've got to maybe talk about what needs to change. This is where you could be play testers for the day, maybe, as such. So, what would you do with this? Would you change it? Would you keep it the same? Should we let it slide? We'll talk about mechanism, and we'll talk about it later. So, that mechanism is taunt. And taunt never worked. But now it is. And I'll give you guys a bit of a sneak peek into what happens now with taunt. In fact, I need to change the page around. I was doing some testing. I need to change around a bit. Let's put some defenses on there a minute. Let's just move that as well. Yeah. So the way taunt would work before was literally your bots rush in and whatever's closest targets that bot, no matter what bot it is. But the way it's worked now is going to put all these bots down. I see there, they're targeting pipes anyway, but it's targeting everyone else. So what we're going to do is we're going to rush this bot in over here, rush pipes, going to taunt defenses. And you can see there now, all these defenses are literally facing pipes. The mortar's not, might be a bug. But now it is, weirdly enough. So let's see if this taunt works again. There we go. And you can see there, literally every defense is targeting pipes and not targeting the bots. And they're sort of free really to do damage as they please as such. Also take some damage from like the shock tower, things like that, which they're going to do. But you can see there that these bots around here are not being targeted. Beam laser is, so we can rush pipes in. Got a bit of a disable, but we can push pipes over there. And you can see there, look, the mortar now is locked onto pipes and is not hitting the rest of the bots. So literally, a taunt now is a taunt, actually taunting. So Dale did this, and it's like, oh yes, I've got it working. I'm so pleased. I've been working on this, trying to get it right. What do you think? And at first I was like, yeah, well done. Pretty good. Good to see it working finally. But then it got me sort of thinking on. I always think how this can be manipulated, how this can maybe be used to make the game easier, a kind of cheat code. Let's just use that. Was up? Use that. Was up? Come on. So what worries me is that we've got plenty of rushed in bots that have taunts now. Obviously, Pipes has a taunt, as you see at the top there. Nose Cone has a taunt now, as you can see at the top there. Slug has a taunt, so all rushing bots have a taunt. So my worry is that Pipes, who is 3+1, 3+2 maybe in the update. Nose Cone is quite cheap, and Slug at 3+2 as well. You could literally take all three and go taunt. And then go taunt. I see there, Gunner's at full health. And then we can go taunt. And we can go taunt. And you see what I'm kind of doing. My idea is that, don't get me wrong, this is test, and so the values aren't right. They don't work the same on live because it's not quite as difficult. But you can see here, what I'm just doing is I'm just rushing through the base, walking through the base with my gunners, not taking any health, and all I'm doing then is just literally just getting taunted. So no real skill involved. And you get the idea. So a big question is taunt too powerful? Does it make the game extremely easy? It's just a case of just taunt, 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 and walk. Is the taunt too long? Is the taunt too strong? Are warriors too cheap? This is kind of the questions, but my big worry is that test is not the same as live. So they are gonna, maybe not be as easy as that. But with FFD not being very prevalent and about anti-fire cores, does this now make the game shift towards FFDs and away from anti-fire cores and bring Leo Prime into his own? And I think the big question is, do we try and make the game easier? I mean, I'm all for making the game a bit more easy for people, but I think once you make it to a point where you can literally walk through a base without using any abilities other than just warriors rushing all over, I kind of get it that it's it makes it far too easy. It almost makes it that easy that you don't have to think about it. You just rush a bot there, rush a bot there, rush a bot there, and just sort of like take everything out from behind. And again, I'm all for bots being useful. I'm all for bots doing well, but I don't like when it's too easy. It worries me a bit, about balance-wise. But let me know what you guys think. Do we think taunt is good? Do we think taunt is balanced? Do we think it needs to change somehow? Let me know in the comments what you guys think. See what everyone's been putting. 381's put, if it's actually working, it'll be good. Spring Rose put, it's mental. There's Justin Brilliant's put nice. Blade 19's put in that whole point of taunt is to get defenses to target him. Yeah, but I just think that Warriors maybe too cheap because you can keep doing that 1, 2, 3 like that. Vixen's put frontline Warriors are supposed to take abuse. FFDs are still in game. Yeah, but literally, it's just take out FFD. No one's gonna run 5 FFDs either really. Stephen Gomez has put, if taunt is fixed, does that make Ironhide viable? Yeah, it does. Cuddy Fox has put, I'd love to have the game a bit easier. Why not do the endurance event, something similar to like that, like last event? I don't know, but obviously they need the more points for a 5-star. But it's not. Listen, the celebration is a celebration. Doesn't mean that every endurance will be the same points, does it? Kelly's McAvant put, it'd be okay. They will nerf your favorite Russian tank anyway. Well, I think Pipes got a bit of a cost increase of 3+2, I think, in line with most of the ones. So something like that. So nothing drastic, but yeah, it does make it a bit too easy, doesn't it? It's a bit too easy. That's my worry. Yeah. Cool. Right, we're literally flying through the content today. I don't think there's many people in the chat really. There's not many questions, so I'm literally just flying through the content. Okay, well, what everyone sort of came for is obviously the buffs and nerfs that have just been announced in playtest, and I've been given the responsibility of sharing it with you guys. So Dale said it's fine to share, but these are not finalized. As always, I do need to keep stressing that on all these changes. Don't go out for today and go, oh, I'm going to go invest in that bot and then complain if a month down the line it's reverted or changed. These are still always in testing and nothing is finalized. Now, chances are, if some of these bots have had a buff, then yes, they will still have a buff. Just to what degree? They might be less useful, but if they've had a buff, then chances are they're on the list that they need to be made better. So they were better, regardless, but to what extent is still up for debate. So, first on the list. So, I did, like I said, post some things today. I said, listen, these fixes could be very easy fixes. There was a few more on there that I asked for that are not on the list. And there's a few that I didn't ask for that are on the list. I presume some other people gave me some ideas as well on which bots to choose or which could do with a cost decrease or changing in some way. But I think we picked a lot of things that are just easy fixes, some quick fixes, no massive reworks, nothing, just a tweak here and there to give some bots a bit of a buff. So first on the list is Rust Dust and Scavenger. Now my argument for them was that Rust Dust never matched Skids. So what you would find is that Skids would sit right back and have a great range, and Rust Dust ran ahead and still wouldn't have the same range and died. So let's have a look at this a minute. Have we got Rust Dust in 5-star? Yeah. Okay, let's give them a go. So what happened before, like I said, Rust Dust would jump ahead and have less range on Skids, but now, put Skids down, got Nightstick on both of them, you see sort of range there, but now we put Rust Dust down, you see that Rust Dust range, as she gets next to him, matches Skids, so now we can sort of combo him, take an area out. She is going to run ahead, Rust Dust, but you see now, we can actually combo the two to take a nice area out, like I feel like they were designed to do, if I'm honest with you. I still like the fact that Rust Dust is not ranged, but I feel like that sort of gives you scope to say this combo is really good, but then you need to manage, obviously manage rust dust. So we can do rust dust there, and then match it with skids. Take that area out there. Do the same with skids over there, rust dust over there, and you can see now they can take out some really good areas with the two of them. And you see there, literally, like I said, rust dust has died. But you see there, some really cool areas to take out. So yeah, I like that change. It's a good change. Next bot on the list is Chromia. So for me, Chromia, when she got changed, I understood it, and I said this to Dale. I said I understand the change because when leveling bots and soloing bases, getting stun locked by Chromia meant end of the battle. That was it. It was infuriating, and I'm an experienced player, so I can understand lower level players getting even more infuriated, maybe even in wars with this. So I understand the change, but I think it was taken too much to one direction. We've had to sort of build it up again. So the Shock Tower will have 130% of your health, so a bit of a buff. So it has more health now, the Shock Tower. 100% of your damage, which is pretty cool. And then every 4 seconds it disables for 3 seconds. So before, or in live right now, it was 4 seconds disabled for 2. We just found that what happened was it was 4 for 2, and then the bot just for 2 seconds pounded on the Shock Tower, and it died dead easily. So the 4 seconds and 3 second disable is a bit better. After 30 seconds upon destruction, explodes, dealing 3.5 times damage. And enemies hit by the explosion take 60% extra damage now at 15 seconds. So that's improved. So let's give her a whirl on live on against my base. So I feel like Chromia was always really good on defense, but can we make her a bit more viable on offense maybe? So let's put her on this side, I think. I think the trick might be the other side because there's 2 Shock Towers there, so see how long that tower lasts on the other side. So you can see there, the disable's in there as well. Also doing a great amount of damage. There we go, cool amount of damage. Trying to get in range of something else. Let's put up there a minute. Try and get some other use out of her. Should maybe put some sort of healing core on, I think. But you can see the core now lasting a lot longer. See that glass gas now taking effect in an area. So yeah, pretty cool. Let's give her a go on defense, see how she does on there. Team now, looks like that, yeah. So we go pipes and we'll go like that. Obviously he has stun immunity. It's part of the tech tree. Push my head. You can see there now the tower's taking a bit longer to destroy. The bots are really struggling. I feel like an ability will obviously kill it, but natural DPS just not taking it out. It's taking a while. And then when it dies, damage in an area, glass gas. So yeah, not bad. I think it could be interesting on defense how it's gonna work. Given that 6% glass gas could be absolutely crazy on defense. And I think it's good that, you know, there's some bots on this list that are making obviously defense maybe a bit easier, but we're giving some more bots a bit more of a viable increase on defense even. Next update is Tigerhawk and Waspinator. Let's use the key. So Tigerhawk and Waspinator have been changed to 4+3 from 5+3, a slight cost reduction. They got the Crowd Buzzer, which is really good. Obviously, there going to be counters for that in build bots. But I feel like the damage is obviously in a bit of a closed area, and so not as good as Swoop. But also doing electric damage as well, which obviously couples with Tigerhawk's Crowd Buzzer now, don't forget, because the two elements combine. So it's going to be interesting how this sort of changes Tigerhawk, especially maybe in an outpost with the electric and the Crowd Buzzer stacking on top of each other and multiplying like Acid and Fire does. Interesting. Next, we've got Metal Hawk, and Bomb Burst. So Metal Hawk and Bomb Burst are going from 3+3 to 4+4 and getting a cost increase. It is kind of crazy that for 3 ability points, you can target at long range, drop damage, make them blind, and attack speed at 6% for 25 seconds. It is a crazy amount of time. I know they were doing too much before. They were getting the G1 cores bonus on their ability 11, so that has been changed now, and the G1 has actually moved to the G1, rightly so. But yeah, small increase to 4+ for the Metal Hawk. Next up, so me and Dale had a big debate about this, and Cheetor has gone from 4+2 to 3+2. Do I think this will make Cheetor relevant? No, I don't. He also talks about reducing his speed from 2.7 as well, possibly. But I feel like all scouts need that. I don't really think it's... But I think the big one for me is his G1 core. His G1 core for me is pretty awful. It helps him by giving him health and immunity when below 30% health. But Cheetor just loses health that fast that when he goes below 30% health, he's dead. That's it. He takes a lot of damage very quickly. He becomes a frontline tank without any protection. Now, we could just simply say, give him a shield. But, you know, on my channel, I always say, let's just put shields on everyone. It's just boring. Give everyone a shield. Yeah, he gets out in front. Give him a shield. Yeah, he rushes in. Give him a shield. He lacks health. Give him a shield. He always dies. Give him a shield. That's all you ever hear about these bots. So, I wouldn't like him to have a shield. I'd like him to have something else. Whether that's increasing his DPS heal in his ability, I don't know. But it'd be interesting to see what they sort of do with Cheetor and try and make him a bit more relevant. The cost decrease is welcomed. It's valid. But the big question is, what else can they do with this bot as well? Next up may surprise some people, but next up is Blaster and Soundwave. So they have sort of fell away from the meta just a bit. But what they've done is they've increased his max health to 42,000 at the 5-star. It's only about 5k extra health. It's nothing crazy amount of damage. It's not a crazy amount of health. So when you compare 42k to the likes of, you know, Beachcomb is at 58k. The likes of Pirates at 58k. Bots like that. You know, it's still way off what other warriors have and other bots have. But I feel like Blaster and Soundwave did need a bit of a buff in some way. And a HP increase obviously filters into the minions as well, which is important. It makes the minions last longer as well. So yeah, good buff to Blaster to try and just give him a bit more usage. Next up, we've got Astral Train and Springer. So obviously mine's still at 62.7. It's not ability 11 yet. What I've done for Astra and Springer is that a few of us agreed that the area support is fine. It rushes to a bot, it heals, it does what it's supposed to do. Everyone uses that ability. The question was the defensive perimeter. Defensive perimeter is pretty awful. So launch 8 missiles, each dealing X amount of electrical damage and disabling for 6 seconds, and then gain a damage reduction shield for the same duration. So the problem with it was that it taunted. We don't want it to taunt, especially with taunts working now. It means everyone's going to target that bot. And with him having 15k health, it just doesn't make sense. He's not a tank. Yes, he's got a 70% damage reduction shield, but only for 6 seconds, so it's not really ideal. But now the defensive perimeter will cost 4+4 rather than 6+3. So it's going to have a cheaper first cost, but then a more expensive repeat cost. I think that's in a bit of a worry for backdoors of just getting behind, just going stun, 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 stun. But you can at least use it once now, and it should do a pretty much decent job. But I think the biggest change is that it prioritizes defenses. Before, it would just hit whatever, it would just hit resource buildings, whatever was closest and be wasted. Whereas now it prioritizes defenses, which is pretty cool. So let's just give this a whirl, see how it works. So still quite a short radius, but let's hit it now. Let's see if it just hits defenses. No. Oh yeah, because a lot of them are hitting defenses rather than yeah, I don't think it's quite there yet. I think prioritize defenses, but some are hitting resource building still. But more are going to the defensive. Let's see if it works more if you hit the Mort over there, because it might hit both of these maybe. Yeah, it looks like the prioritize isn't working yet. We'll test it again when it's working, but yeah, when that's fixed, it'll be a really cool change. And then I think this is a big change and could really help in wars. I really do. The next change is for Hound. So Hound is being reduced from 6+2 to 3+2. That's a massive decrease. And that's because literally it's so little damage and it's still sort of random as well. And so I sort of spoke to Dale and said, listen, the problem is that it's so random. And I said that I actually wanted this guy to be a 5-star because I wanted a rework of some kind to make him better. And he never got it, which I was really frustrated about. But I feel like the cost reduction to 3+2 might make it a bit more viable on front-loaded bases, taking those resource buildings out at the front, and then maybe use another box to clear up, and can maybe help people get through these bases faster. So I feel like it might be actually viable at the top level of the game, maybe. People might use Leo Prime still, people might use Sea Spray still, fine, but just another viable option maybe at this level, and maybe you can level him to have a bit of fun and give him a try. Still a bit of testing to do with him, I think, to see, but I think 3+2 is fair, and he's got good range as well, so yeah, we'll have to see how it goes, but interesting change. Next up, Huffer and Lockdown. So I actually want to try these guys out. Dale said they've changed the way the laser works. And I said to Dale, I said, the healing laser works alright. I don't mind the healing laser. The attack laser is awful. So let's give him a go. If we can find him. Buff the Huff. Here we go. So place Rupture Beam, laser, 15 seconds tackled by defense applies the gas effect causing him to take. Yeah, but this looks the same. But let's have a look at his G1 core and put it on and see if that changes him as well. Let's give him the full metal jacket. Got a lot of cores. Supreme Builds has put Whirl Hound combo is fun. We'll hope it should be even more fun now then. Cuddy Fox has put, what? You're saying Hound is going to be more usable? Works for me. This is the idea with these balance changes, to make more bots usable. Matt Paul has put, Brain Fart, if Taunt is working now, then G1, Ironhide's G1 actually worth trying? The problem is though, I feel like, if I remember correctly, is Ironhide's G1 taunted, but then all warriors taunt anyway, so his G1 might be useless now. Might have to rework that. Cuddy Fox says, "But I've never seen Cheetah doing walls. I think this transmitter was something to do with walls." Yeah, it did actually damage to walls, which was silly. Another playtest suggested that when it came out, and Alan just said, "This is ridiculous." You don't know one ever used him against walls. It was around the time when time traps were out though, and it stayed. So yeah, not my thing. Generator ones put give him stealth. Not a bad idea, you know. Not a bad idea. I like that idea. Oh my god. Hey, there we go. Berserk put the turret disappears, not fixed. That's all it needs. Make turrets invisible for 15 seconds, but let the turret stay. Take turrets invisible for 15 seconds, but let what? Don't get that bit. Take turrets invisible for 15 seconds. I don't mean by that. Could he focus for? I think it's time to do something with all those wall breaker cores. Yeah, probably. Yeah. Supreme Rules put Cheeto should be a surge burst after a target strike. Maybe it still died, wouldn't it? It would. Right, 70, 11, level 18 will do. Let's see what Huffer does. Buff the Huff. No. Try again. Let's try Buff the Huff. CF Tactics join the chat as well. Go and check out his channel, guys, as always. Okay, Huffer. Let's have a go. Let's put his lasers down. Oh, I don't like that. Why is it doing that? Is that an improvement? Don't know if it is. Didn't it just shoot lasers constantly before? It now does that. Oh my god, I don't like that. I think there's a bug. Don't know what happened there. Yeah, I think that's bugged. 117 per hit. Let's have a look. "100% of your DPS." Well, yeah, it's not doing about my damage, is it? It's doing about a quarter of what it should, so it's not working. So I'm sure Dale will fix that though, at coming time. But at least we know that it's going to deal damage. And then we've got Snarl and Hunger, and this was the top part of my list. I said to Dale that you really need to sort this part out. And he did something to it, which I'll tell you in a minute, and it's like, that's not enough. They did something else, I was like, that might not be enough. Is that bad? So what he has done is he has reduced his speed from 3.4 to 1.9, increased his health by 20% to 34k health when maxed, and reduced his cost from 4 plus 3 to 3 plus 2. So let's max him out and then let's see what he can actually do now, damage wise. Oh no, research. Still panics this day. Every time I do that, I go, Slive? It test? Even to this day, I panic. Right, where's Snarl? Oh, there he is. Crazy amount of XP these bots need, isn't it? Berserk said the frightful words. Probably needs a shield. No, I never want to see that in my chat ever again. I never want to see that bot needs a shield. Forever. Forever, ever. Forever, ever. Forever, ever. No. Think of something else. Just think of anything else. Sunstrike's put lifesteal. Maybe. Yeah, I won't mind a lifesteal. Anything but shields. Honestly, I'm tired of hearing it. You're hearing Tesla all the time. Give it a shield. Give it a shield. I'm gonna get a t-shirt. Give it a shield. And just have that on. So what I want to do is I want to use Snarl in front of some tanks. So I'll use Snarl in front of pipes, I think. So let's see how he does. Let's put Amalgamous on. Let's kit him out. Let's not give him a redo. Let's give him Amalgamous like we should. There we go. Give it acid. Yep, it's already in the plan. Oh, you mean give it ability acid? I don't even give him a combat as acid. That's already in the plan, mate. Okay, let's give him a whirl. Okay, so let's drop our warrior down. Let's drop Snarl behind. Let's taunt. And let's use Snarl. And yeah, he's been stunned by Chromie. Let's take Chromie out of that one. It's an unfair test. You can't see what he's doing. Make it a fair test. Put pipes down, put Snarl down behind, rush in, and let's see what Snarl does damage wise. Still feel like it doesn't do enough damage. Look at that. I mean, it's 3+2, but yeah, it's still not enough for me. I still feel like it needs more. I think he also needs damage increase. So I think he's had speed reduction, health increase, and a cost decrease, and I still feel like he needs more damage. Especially being fire damage. Let's try him with the acid. That sounds so bad. Yeah, still not convinced, but yeah. And then the last little simple change is updating Ultra Magnus' tooltip to make more sense. Let's put. So let's have Ultra Magnus, see if it makes more sense. Let's put launch a projectile at a distant target dealing. I mean, this is obviously all in test. It's yet to be proved off. On impact, explode, dealing 1.5k normal damage in a small radius, and leaves a trail that inflicts 1k normal damage per second to enemies it passes through for 5 seconds. Over 5 seconds or 4 or 5 seconds? Yeah, so 5k damage on a line. If the main target is destroyed within 10 seconds, a secondary explosion triggered, dealing 3k normal damage to all adjacent targets. Yeah, it don't sound too bad. It is a bit more clearer now, I think, than what it was. But yeah, interesting to see how it's been changed. So yeah, let me know in the comments what you guys think. Any bots in there you think you're going to use and think that's going to make it more relevant and you feel like might have a second lease of life. Any bots in there you're just happy with? Any bots in there you think, you know what, I could probably do a bit more? Like for me, Snarl, I'll probably do a bit more. Really happy with Rust and Scavenger. And probably feel like Chromium and Felbat could probably be a bit more, I think. A bit disappointed with that. I think we need a bit more maybe. But let me know what you guys think. That's the most important thing. Be a playtest for the day. Let me know what you would do with the bots. Is it just increasing the repeat cost, increasing the base cost? Do you change both just to compensate? Do we increase the attack speed? Do we make them faster, slower, increase their range? Let me know what you guys think in the comments. King Grimlock's late to the party. Good to see. No free stream. Ouch. So let's go back to what everyone's put. So Blade 19 about Chromium has put the tower should not be targetable. Maybe. Supreme Rules, tower should feed her a percentage of health from damage done. That's not a bad idea. Goody Fox thinks shouldn't be targetable. Interesting. Vixen's happy about the Rustos to change for 5-star. Yep, cool. Jason Rowley's put Rustos running ahead is low accurate. She just needs a shield. Stop it! Stop it! How dare you? Supreme Rules put Minerva just needs a G1 and a special 11. No, I think Minerva's fine. She's using every single person's war team, so I don't think she needs anything really right now. J81 has put Tigerhawk was awful. Oh, words to that effect. So easy to improve them. Yeah, I agree. Jason Rowley's put shouldn't Cheeto be faster than Snarl? Definitely speed, yeah. So maybe we increase that speed of attack. I don't know. Dustin Brilliant likes the firing acid damage pair of Skid and Rustos. Yeah, I agree. Like I said, Dread81 said give Cheeto some stealth, maybe, yeah. Trax has put the 4-star Springer test so bad. What do we do? The Wreckers put Hopper needs to become a warrior. Not really. I don't think it suits his lore to be a warrior, does it? What else? Jason Rollers put Cheeto might get stealth if they release his Transmetal 2 form. I don't know that. I don't really watch Beast Machine or Beast War or whatever, so I don't know what that is by Transmetal 2. I don't know. Yeah, see, Tactics put we've been rallying to give Hopper Lockdown a buff. I was a while back and they buffed him and it still wasn't good. Still needs more, I think, or fix him. Dread81 has put Hunger was always dying crazy fast. If his SA11 gave him a lifesteal 25% off fire damage done, that'd be a great help. It doesn't do enough damage, so does it really? I think. Berserk, Hunger needs a no. I read the word shield. No. Grind time, give it acid. What you mean, Snarl? It doesn't suit, does it? It's a Dinobot they have fire, don't they? Yeah, that's the about. Hi, alright. How about 2 shields? Alright, yeah, because obviously 2 shields is alright, isn't it? Obviously. His port, it's an old boy with old problems, so an old solution can work. I also said lifesteal. Matt Rowley put. Matt Polar, sorry, has put give it acid. Jason Rowley put Snarl needs to be able to use any sword combat would make sense when it really is possible. Pretty Fox has put Snarl will not be running like a puppy dog dino anymore. I don't know, I didn't mind that run, but it's be a bit slower outside, wasn't it? Last Science put a secondary firing ability does acid. Sounds like hot rod grenade. Then you can do firing acid together. I know it doesn't make sense, or does that? I don't know. I don't think it makes sense. Personally. Yeah, Sunstrike's put it's closer, but it's not quite there. Yeah, I agree. Supreme Rules needs a special increase on damage taken percentage wise. Yeah, that'd be pretty cool, wouldn't it? A bit like I might suggest that to Dale. So like Impactor, every time you do damage, it multiplies. Be interesting. Yeah, Traxxas put so Freeze likes meth. On Sunstreak was I'll take acid. What did I say the week now? I said something quite funny actually in stream. I can't remember what it was now. It's like two words like jammed together and everyone's like, what? Can't remember now. Gone. Grant says, but I want Ultra Magnus to be a badass, but I'm not totally sure that change will make him one. Maybe. Well, he's not going to be able to test in your proper testing. We're testing all the buffs first, so I don't know why that's coming in there, to be honest with you. Because he's sort of separate as Legacy, so I think that'll come later anyway. Sunstrike's put, just give Onslaught and Skyburst Rockets Glass Gas. Maybe that might fix them. Maybe it's OP, I don't know. Who knows? Cuddy Fox put, I'm still waiting for Sludge to get buffed. He should be able to do an Earthquake move instead of a Wall Breaker gun. Maybe. I don't know, yeah. Don't think that's going to happen though. Sia Tactics not streaming tonight. Freeze not streaming tonight. Jeez. Shanks said just give him a shield. You'll get banned, I promise you. Junior Miss Saven, is that right? I even thought about adding turrets to walls. Yeah, but I think it gets a bit mad, doesn't it, when you start adding turrets to walls and making them overpowered like that. Not overpowered, but like seeing cores everywhere. I guess a bit crazy. And we'll see the base for cores. Justin Brilliant. Hound needs a little more health, a bit more damage, looking better with cost reduction. Snarl, lots of work still to do. Rustos looks good. Yeah, I agree with that. Needs more health. Hound. I don't know. Needs a standardized health for a gunner. I don't know. 14.5k for a gunner. 16.5k. 20k for Sea Spray. Jesus. 23.5k for Warpath. Maybe you're right, actually. Yeah. Yeah. Hound's health is so low. 17k for Sunstreaker. Yeah, I agree. Yep, I agree. Yeah, Grand Transport. The Give Him Acid comment was a joke. Remember when everyone was saying give it acid? Yeah, I remember that as well. Slash has put, give Rustos Stroke Vortex a Power Glide Cyclonus level buff, and I'll be a happy camper. Yeah, why not? Yeah. Hopefully. Last Scion, let him hawk on acid, lug it and spit it out. Cheetor gets a drift type effect after destroying the target. Yeah, they were saying that he sees Cheetor a lot more like drift, where I said I see him a lot more like Twin Twist. So that was the sort of debate. So I don't know. Matt Paul, maybe Cheetor special to increase each time like Blue Streak. Maybe. What else? Anything on Mixmaster, Stroke Jazz? I just got his 5-star. I remember back in the day he was the guy to have. No, I said a cost reduction 7+3, and we'll go from there. Snarl and Slash is a surprisingly fun combo. Interesting, expensive though. Grind Time agrees. Cheeto is definitely more like Drift. Interesting. I will say this though, before we sort of sign off, is that the idea behind all this is that once it's done, we're going to start again and we'll do more balance changes. And like I said, what we'll probably do is, I feel like, once these are done, we'll go look at the bots we haven't touched. And then for 3 months, say, we'll probably leave everything in the game as it is. Then in 3 months' time, so in 6 months' time, we'll look at it and go, well, 3 months' time, we'll look back and go, right, what do we get right? What do we get wrong? What needs more? What needs less? What's usually in the meta, what everyone's using? And then probably do the same again. So, more bots are going to get slight tweaks. I don't think that there's going to be massive nerfs. Apart from maybe some of the buffs that we've done might get cost changes maybe down again. I don't know. But I don't think there'll be massive nerfs. I think there'll be a lot more buffs second time round. So, it's going to be interesting. Leo Prime might even get a cost reduction later, depending on how it fits in the meta. It all depends on how the bots are used, how much they're used, things like that. Are they overpowered? And then the idea is, like I said, to balance all the content in the game and make everything a bit more viable, a bit more usable, a bit more relevant in different cases. So it's interesting to sort of see where they'll go with this. But the quarterly balance changes are probably the way forward, I feel, Me and Dave were sort of talking what's acceptable. Obviously, every month is a bit too much. It took us sort of months going through this and the play testers and that. So I feel like it takes months to do these balance changes. And although it's the biggest one, 'cause it's got a lot of the nurse and it's got a lot of the combiners in it, I feel like the next one will be a bit quicker. But hopefully just like pick like 10, 15 bots, focus on them, maybe some combats as well, start buffing them, and then hopefully in 3 months' time we'll look back, like I said, and go from there. Hopefully make some more viable content. That's the idea going forward, I think. Yeah. Grand Transport, not Drift, Twin Twist. My bad. Cool. Cuddy Fox has put, I have a feeling the reason that the combat is not announced that they're going to give us a Requiem Blaster. Yeah, but you got to remember that it's way off. It's way off yet. It won't be announced till after the endurance machine next week. When the endurance has been done, then I'll announce probably the next content. Gridlock's put, the goal is that you don't need one team and one combiner, but not make bots the same flavor and different color. Yeah, I agree with that 100%. Yeah. Ideally, like I said earlier, would have a massive array of bots in your war team, different arsenals, different reasons that will give you better results, and that's the idea. Yeah. Cool. Well, that is it for this week, guys. Appreciate everyone tuning in. Much appreciated. Don't forget to hit a like on the stream before you leave. And the most important, don't forget to subscribe, guys. It doesn't cost you a single penny to subscribe. Big thanks for members. Obviously, as always, big thank you for everyone tuning in. Thanks for watching, guys. See you next week, and peace out, guys.